Good evening, everyone. This is Yusuf Chowdhury once again. Too much light on my face. Okay. Like, good lights, though. All right. How doing today? It is 6:01 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. This is your boy, Yusuf Chowdhury again. All right. So, today what I'm going to do, I'm going to still continue to talk about on-page SEO, but this time I'm going to go to Wazifa's website, go on the back end, and show her how to use the Yoast plugin to make some of these so-called optimization. Okay, so just give me a minute here. Let me just share this. Yeah, yesterday I don't know what happened with Ecom and Restream. For some reason, I was live on YouTube and Periscope, but the Facebook was not grabbing the data. And today I spent an hour troubleshooting it. Hey, Ansari, assalamu alaikum, how are you? So I was troubleshooting it. And by the way, I did actually check with the Switchboard, which is another live streaming platform. I would recommend it. Okay, it wasn't that easy. It looks super easy and simple, but it was really like, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna ditch Switchboard. I'm still using Ecom, Restream, and StreamYard. So far, Restream has the good customer support. Okay. So let's see what we got. Tawsif, walaikum salam. Always good to see you, bro. So let's go ahead. Let me go and share the screen. And is Wazifa here? I hope she's here. Is she here? Are you here, Wazifa? If you're here, say hi or put like number 1, because I'm gonna go on the back end and of your website and show you where you need to look for. 1 second. Okay, y'all ready? Ready for some tutorial? And don't forget to share this live streaming with your colleagues, invite or tag. I would highly appreciate it. So this is the Edgar Solutions B2B kind of business on SEC filing compliance solutions. Yesterday I gave a minor feedback on how, from the design point of view, the things needs to be changed. Wazifa, I think I forgot to send you the keyword ranking. Please remind me today to send you the keyword ranking for your website. So one of her questions was how to use Yoast plugin to optimize every single page. So I already got the access. So I'm going to go on the back end of WordPress. And if you all have any question, please let me know. A few tips. Make sure you contact your developer and make an update. It's very important to have an updated plugins. As you can see, there are 17. Oh my God, 17 plugins are not up to date. This is a security issue because even though you have a Sucuri, which is an awesome security plugin and a firewall, still, if the plugins are not up to date, it's susceptible to some type of malware or hacking or anything like that. So please talk to your developer and have them do a full backup first, then update all these plugins. Because when it comes to updating the plugin, even if you want to do it by yourself, you have to be very careful because this website is customized. Okay, this website is custom built. How do I know? Well, I'm going to go to the theme right here. See what kind of theme you're using. See some of this theme. Look, Beaver Builder is actually a good plugin here. Let's see, there's a question. Where is the question? 1 second. Oh, here we go. It was updated. Well, as you can see, if it was, why these are not updated? Okay, so that means here's the tip. Some of these themes are not in use. It's best that you have them remove it because you are using the space. There's no point of having these themes on the back end and they're not used and not updated. So ask your team to basically remove all the theme except the one that is active, and maybe I think they're using the Beaver Builder. Okay, that's number one. Number two, let me see this theme. It's coming from the X theme, which is actually a really, really good theme, by the way, just so you know. Let me go ahead and show you how this actual flat sum null 24 looks like. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, Avad is a good one too. This is part of, here we go. So this is the theme that they customized it for you, okay? But let me go to, let me add more information because I want to show you how the original theme looks like and how the customization, excuse me, sorry about that. Let me check it here, check it, there you go. Okay, let me see. Theme 4 is my favorite place. So this is the actual theme right here. This is the developer who built it. And typically right now, your original theme actually looks like this. It's pretty awesome. Look at that. Isn't that nice? See that? Plus it comes with a lot of other options. Flat sum theme demos. See that? It's pretty cool. So they took one of the themes, I think this one right here, and they customized it. So that's pretty cool. So that's why I tell you, this is a very custom-based website, which is very, very good. But the thing is, with the custom website, you have to be very careful. You don't want to make any update because if you make any update, you can actually either crash it or it can reverse back to the original design. So what you do, you have to talk to your developer. Now, typically, if somebody else installed a premium theme and all the design as it is, except the pictures and the content, then all you have to do when you update, you have to use a plugin called, let me see if you have it here. You have to use a plugin called Updraft Plus, even though most hosting company has those features. So, but if you are, this is for folks that built the website by themselves and then not a coder and a beginner, I highly recommend that you need to have this plugin. It's called the Updraft Plus. Okay, so have this plugin configured to your website, and if you want to do an update, the first thing you have to do once you install this plugin, you have to back up the whole website on your. Send it to your email, send it to your Google Drive, Dropbox, your servers, or your local machine. Then when you update it, the first thing you have to do is, what are the updates? So you see all these plugins, right? So you have to update one plugin at a time. You don't want to update all of them at the same time. That's a very, very big mistake. By the way, Gravity Form is awesome. That's a big mistake. So what you do when you update the plugin, you do one plugin at a time. So you're going to leave this backend open, then reopen your website on a different browser, right? So what you do, let's say I'm going to update, I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to break it. Let's say hypothetically, I'm going to update this one, right? Then I'm going to come back right here and do a refresh. If everything is good, awesome, nothing broke, right? Then you're going to go to the second one and you're going to update one step at a time, because if there was one that you updated and you come right here and do a refresh and the website goes like a white screen of death, then that means that particular plugin caused an issue. In that situation, what you need to do, you contact your hosting provider and have the support go back and remove that plugin from the WP form or folder, and you should be good to go. If you know how to use FTP, the file transfer protocol, you can download a FileZilla application and connect it to your server and log into the folder for your website from the W theme folder and all the way to the plugin and remove it from there. Okay. Once you update all the plugins step by step, then you're gonna come back and make the update on the core WordPress. Once you do that, same thing, refresh, see if it works. Then you go back and double check and make sure that all the plugins are still up to date, because sometime, because you made a new update for the whole core WordPress, some of the plugins will still require to be updated. Make sense? Okay. What is your WordPress theme? Well, I don't have. Tawsif, one second, Wazifa. If I update it, will it hang things? Yes, of course. That's why I don't do it, because this website that you have is custom built. As you saw the difference, you saw the original design doesn't look like what you have right now. So that means they customize it on the back end. So I do not recommend, if you're not a coder, Wazifa, don't even touch the update, okay? That will scare you. Have the developer do that, because there's a process. Like, for example, in my company, our team, what they do a full backup. They back up the whole website locally on their machine or in our server. Then they go back and make the update, okay? Or they update it locally. Then after that, they upload it back. But for you, don't do that. Just tell them, hey, I'm seeing a lot of plugins still not up to date. Here's another thing. Inactive plugin, just the same way that you saw some themes that are not in use because you cannot use them, remove them. Right here, you have 18 plugins and 6 inactive. My recommendation when it comes to plugin, it's not more than 10 or 15. 15 is too much. Okay, so you have to ask your developer, these inactive plugins, are those plugin needed? If there's no need for them, remove them. Okay, if there's no need for them, remove them completely. Okay, but I'm not going to ask you to do it because you did not code the website. So it's better for, even the Yoast is not up to date. Oof. Okay, so you better ask them. It's not a coder at all. Well, if you're sure, because this doesn't look exactly like how the original design was, and I could be wrong. If it's not a coder, if it's a drag and drop, then it should be okay. But even then, I would not take the risk without having a WordPress developer on the side. I told the guys a while back to remove these plugins. They did not do, crap. Well, if you want us to do it for you, I can ask my team, again, get you an estimate, then we'll clean it up for you. Okay, clean it up for you. Okay, and of course, like I said, the design has to really change. To be honest with you, the design has to change. Anyway, what was the subject today? I mean, I'm not a coder. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't make the update, because I was thinking to make an update for you and break the site, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's go to the pages. Right, we're talking about the Yoast SEO. I noticed that you don't even have the classic editor because your page has the Gutenberg update, and I don't like it. But hey, if you are cool with it, if you think it's easy for you, all power to you. I paid all this money. How much? 18 grand or 8 grand? How about if you just give me half of that, and I will make your website usified. Okay, pop out like no other. Okay, so you have the Gutenberg. I don't like that, but if you're cool with it, if you're happy with it, that's fine. I mean, I prefer to go to the old school, the classic editor. So right here, you will see the SEO plugin. Not happy. So you have the SEO, you have the readability, and you have the social. So you can basically connect. You don't have to go with the premium. So here you can put your Facebook stuff and whatnot. But on the readability, it tells you the quality of the content. I bet all this money. That was a cuss word. Yeah, I thought it was like about 8,000. Man, you're rich. Well, when I build a website, I start with 5 grand minimum all the way. I believe my highest project was close to 20 grand for a website. Okay. All right. So right here, this is the homepage. We're talking about the homepage. So the first keyword, the focus keyword is Edgar. My question is, do people type your brand name or the niche? That is the question. Edgar. So that is part of the, let's see, Edgar database. Okay. Edgar, SEC, about Edgar. Yeah, you do have to analyze the government's the number one, Meet Edgar. That's a social media tool. Meet Edgar. Electronic data gathering. No. That was a mistake. I'm like, wow, if you did this for 8, I'm like, I will cry because that doesn't look like an $8,000 project. Well, I shouldn't say that because it could be that sometime a complicated coding on the back end can really make you end up paying that anyway. They should be typing for Edgar services. Okay, so the keyword focus is not right. Okay, Edgar services. So there are a couple of ads here, and there you go. Okay, there you go. Edgar search and access. Edgar Mass Edgar. What is this? Computer consultant. Low cost Edgar. There you go. Because I cashed in, so that you are coming up. Great. Okay, so coming right here, and instead of Edgar services, right? That's the focus keyword. Is acronym. Okay, because you're on this page. Remember, what did I say yesterday about the title tag? So this is your page title. This is the title tag, right? So the title tag should not exceed. See, when it exceeds 70 character, what happens? Dot 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 dot. You don't want that. You want to be something like this: Edgar Filing Services Solution by, let's say, what do you call it? By Edgar Solutions, right? Edgar Filing Services. So the keyword here on the homepage, if I look at the homepage, SE Compliance Solution, Edgar Filing Free. Let's just prepare. See, there's not enough content on the homepage that talks about Edgar Filing Services. So that's number one problem, okay? Because when you focus on Edgar Filing Services, that means that sort of content has to be visible there. So that's the first keyword focus. Just one phrase, Edgar, let's say Edgar Filing Services. Right now on Google looks like this: low cost Edgar Filing Service. So Edgar Filing Service really should be a primary keyword, in my opinion. Okay, that's what I would do if you let us do the work. I would definitely use Edgar Filing Services. But again, that Edgar Filing Services has to be, the content has to be within the homepage. Does that make sense? So if I put Edgar Filing Service or services, there you go. That's a focus keyword. That basically means I'm trying to tell Google I want to focus, I want to be visible, get the traction for this. We're writing more copy for the homepage. Awesome. So right here, when you come right here, okay, you're gonna click. There you go, and that's how you change it. Low cost Edgar Filing Services. So this is very good. But again, with the number, that's up to you. If you don't want them to click, they can call that number. But I usually don't put the number on the page title. But if this page title got you the customers and you're doing good, then keep it. Okay, don't change it because I told you. Because if it's working, keep it. But if it doesn't, then I would definitely remove that. Okay, the slug, you can keep it empty because the home page, there is no. The slug basically, what is a slug? A slug basically means after the .com. Like when you go to the about page, it will say about. So, and instead of the about, I'm going to put a keyword. But on the home page, I don't have to worry about the slug. In fact, this should be empty. I don't know why it's there. The meta tag description, this is a meta tag. So here you're going to say, are you looking for Edgar Filing Services in your area, blah, blah, blah. We have 20 years experience. We can, provide the best, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Click the link above. Okay, and the purpose of the meta description, as I mentioned to you guys before, is to entice and address your audience. That means your customer. When they find you, you're talking to them. Okay, the meta tag description, not more than 70 characters, including spaces. So make sure the keyword is there. The meta tag description, even though it has no ranking factor on SEO, but it still is good to have the keyword there. It's a psychology. They're going to see the keyword on the title tag. They're going to see it again, humanly readable and natural on the meta description, and that will help them to click through rate, which means they're going to click on the link. There's a stat to know if it's working in Google Analytics? Well, Google Analytics will show you the traffic, like where the traffic is coming from, which location, which devices, how many minutes they're spending, which pages they're going. But you also have to make sure you have the Google Search Console configured. Because the measurement system on Google Analytics is not the same with Search Console. People don't know the way Google Analytics collects the data. If you go to a website, and this particular website has Google Analytics. If I go to that website, Google will grab, if I visit it, it's called one session. Whatever I do on the website, if I go to several pages, I'm jumping from one page to another. So that means for every visit, I'm checking three pages, right? But that whole time I'm messing around, it's considered one session. And it lasts for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it drops. That's it. So Google only grabs within 30 minutes what you did. But in Google Search Console, it's different. Google Search Console will give you data about how many times your website showed up on the search. It's called the impression, right? Plus how many clicks you got. It calculates every click. So if I go back to your website and click several times, it will calculate all of it. So you have to look at both. The Google Search Console, there's an option called performance. Go to the Google Search Console and look at the analytics, okay? All right, so title tag, sometimes we call it page title, sometimes, page title, title tag, SEO title is all the same. Remember, it should be not more than 70 character. This one here, even though is 320, but I recommend to stick like this one at 160, that's fine. When you scroll down, you can see the sad face. Edgar Filing Services, let's see, the problems. Outbound links. No outbound links appear in this page. Now, in this situation, you don't have to put an outbound link for every single page, right? But one of the on-page technique is to have a link from your page pointing somewhere else. When we say outbound, we're talking about external link, not links from within your website, right? So if you can, if you write the copy with information with the government, SEC and whatnot for more information, like that, you can point it back to them. That's good. Internal link, that means there's no link or a keyword or a statement that is clickable that can take me to a contact page or how to get started or call this number. So that's also missing, so you can do that. Key phrase in introduction, that's not necessary, but you can start with, for example, Edgar Filing Services as the first phrase in your paragraph of the copy. That's what it means. Keyword density right here. Keyword density, even though keyword density, Google says it has no value, no effect. But the problem is if you put the same keyword too many times, that is considered, stuffing, keyword stuffing, and it can get you in trouble, right? So my recommendation is for every 100 words, maybe you can put one keyword. Okay, if it's a 300 words, maximum 2 or 3 at the top. You don't want to put more than that. And you don't want to just be with one. You can say Edgar Filing Services with Edgar. You can interchange it because the algorithm right now is smarter than before. You don't have to write the exact same thing over and over. Okay? It is saying that the keyword description is not, the keyword is not on the meta description. Again, the home page has no header 1. If there is a headline, then you can put the keyword there. If you have a subheading, same thing. Images, you have an image, but there's no alternative text on the image. So you need to describe what that image is about. Text length, I recommend not less than 300. And the content within the home page is 150. Okay, even they recommend 300 or more. Because the thing you have to understand, when you use the SEO Quake and run the analysis, SEO Quake will tell you the ratio between the text and the copy. The ratio between the text copy and the HTML script. So you don't want to have the copy less than the code. Typically the code is more, but you gotta be between, my recommendation is between 25% to like 75%. If you're like 20%, 25%, you're good, okay? SEO title limit makes it a little bit shorter, which is make it a little bit under 70 characters. Keyword, key phrase in the title in the beginning. The exact match of the key phrase appears in the SEO title, but not in the beginning. What does that mean? Let me go up here. Yeah, because your keyword title doesn't say Edgar Filing Services. It says the low cost. So that's what they mean by it's not in the beginning. So when you come right here, and instead of low cost Edgar Filing Services, you're going to say Edgar Filing Services, blah, blah, blah. I would even put the word low cost. I know you're probably trying to capture some audience that can probably afford you, but if you just start with Edgar Filing Services, that's what it meant. I mean, if you don't want to, it's not wrong because the search engine can still understand it, okay? Key phrase slug, that's not needed because the home page, but good job on the key phrase strength, meta description, and previously used keyword, but the rest of them need some work. So what you do, you can apply the same thing on every single page, including your blog post, right? So right now, I'm not going to save anything. And this one here, readability, that basically means there's a style of reading, how easy it is for somebody to understand. If this is something like the high school kid can understand it, that's how they give you the score. So if you want to find out more, what does it mean by transition words or flash reading, you just click on this option and it will take you to another page with more information. What does it mean? So you can go back and make the changes. Okay. Okay. So let me see. It is 6:25 p.m. Central Time. Let's go to another page. Let's go to another page. Let's go. I know you have a draft here. Let me see. You have another one here. Let's see what you have. Let's see what else we got. About. Okay, let's click the about. Let us click the about. If y'all have any question about on-page SEO, please feel free to ask. Don't forget, tag this live streaming. Invite some of your cool colleagues and share. So let's come to the about us. There's no focus keyword. So what this page talks about, let's go and read it real quick. Edgar Solution, 20 years experience in SE compliance, regulatory filing using the most current approach and technologies, financial requirements, why choose us, deciding on a filing agent and financial printer. So the thing is, Wazifa, what's the main keyword on this content? What's a main keyword, or what's a main theme? Because I cannot use the same. Remember, the title tag, the page title, the keyword on the page title has to be a reflection of something that is relevant within that page. So if the main subject of the about us, about the Edgar Filing Services, then yes, I can use that because it talks about that in more content than just other points. Does that make sense? So if I take the example of, let's see, if I take services, because the first one is Edgar Filing Service. This one has services, right? You see what it says about? See, like who would go online and type about, right? So what you can do here, Edgar Filing Services, or if it's Edgar Filing Agent, if that's a keyword, then it's going to be Edgar Filing Agent. Here, it's going to be Edgar Filing Agent Services by Edgar Solutions. Or you can also do something like this, right? Then you can put, what do you call it? Edgar Solution Inc., whatever. Make sense? So you can do something like this. All right? I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to example. But I'm not going to put the word about. I'm going to put the actual keyword. Okay? Agent. And this is just an example. I'm not going to save it. You can like that, or you can say by Edgar Solutions. You see the Edgar Filing Agent services by Edgar Solutions, right? So because that's the focus keyword. Okay, the slug. So the slug, basically, this is where your link, if you go to if you go to the about section here, you see the link on the top, edgarsolution.com/home. This is the problem here. Why this is home here? Then about us. That's not the keyword you want to focus on. The keyword here should be the Edgar Filing Services. If you are focusing on the Edgar Edgar Filing Agent, if that's a keyword, let's see, Edgar Filing Agent, then the slug, I want to have the slug like this. So now, of course, it's not showing here, but instead of home about, it's going to say edgarsolution.com/Edgar Filing Agent. So the keyword is on the link. This is where you're going to put it under the slug. Make sense? The meta description, unfortunately, is missing. So this is where you need to talk about what this page is about. So you basically have 160 character. Use the keyword in the description, and you're talking to the customer, to the target audience. Are you looking for an Edgar Filing Agent that provides the most awesome Usified services? You know, we have X, Y, and Z, all our benefits. Click the link above. Okay. Then you're going to go to SEO analysis, because this SEO plugin is like your personal SEO assistant. Same thing. Outbound link is missing. Internal link is missing. So it looks like really every single page from just log into the to your website, Wazifa, looks like it does really need some SEO improvement a lot. Okay, so every single pages you have to basically go through all these. Okay, once you go through all these, you're gonna get anything between like a green or orange. That's fine. Some of them might be red because like a contact page, but don't worry about it. But the most important thing, you have to do your best to optimize it based on the page, based on the relevancy, how much content you're gonna put. Once you have it fully complete and ready, then what I would do is use the SEO Quake extension right here to double check every single page. You can also use WooRank. WooRank is not free, but the first time you use it, it's free, so you can get another analysis throughout the whole page. And if you need any help with that, let me know, and I will run it for you, and I'll give you a copy at no cost. Okay, I'll give you the copy so you can look at it. So that's going to be your homework, is to go ahead and optimize all the pages that is needed, that is publicly available, like these, clickable and searchable. Okay. That's what I mean by the front page, right? Because there's some pages that don't have to be optimized. Some of them don't have to be, like, for example, if you have like a login stuff or what the customer can log in, you don't have to optimize that. That has to be secretly closed. Make sense? But whatever is apparent here, like these pages, you got to optimize all these pages, run an SEO Quake test, run an WooRank test. Then after that, you have to go back to the Google Search Console and do a submission, which is a sitemap submission, okay, and a fetch as Google. And how do I get that? So on your Yoast plugin, Yoast, what are you? Right here, where did Yoast go? Yoast, where did he go? Where did he go? What is this WP SEO schema? Oh, you have a schema. Excellent. That's why your schema was good. What did Yoast? Oh, here we go, Yoast. So when you go to the general, right here, where did it go? Is it features? Oh, yeah. So under the feature, so you're going to go to the Yoast. Under the feature, look for XML sitemap. When you click on the question mark, then here we go. Oh, wow. This is weird. This is your XML sitemap, but there's something not right. It's supposed to be a bunch of links, not like this. What is this? Hey, let me see. Let me try. Why this is not coming up? It's not supposed to be like that. Again, check with the developer, or I can have my team check it. It's supposed to be a bunch of links, which means all the links within your website, whether it's static pages, blog posts, internal links, whatnot. Typically what we do is we take this part only, then we log into the Google Search Console and do something called sitemap submission, so the bot can come back and reread everything and reindex everything. Make sense? So to basically update the indexing for Google. So that's what I would do. But before you do that, you got to make sure that all the pages are properly optimized, right? Everything looks good. Then run the test through the SEO Quake and run the test through the WooRank. Then log into the Webmaster Tool, which is now, they call it Google Search Console, and do that sitemap submission, and also fetch as Google. I don't think the fetch as Google is there because they have a new feature right now, but the sitemap submission is there. Okay, so that is what you have to do. So go ahead and do that. Don't break the website. Make sure you tell your developer to please do the backup. Make sure all the plugins is backed up. Any plugin or any theme that is not in use needs to be removed. Okay, needs to be removed because you already have an awesome plugin called Sucuri. It's a powerful security plugin, plus with the firewall, that's very good. But it's still, you got to keep your site healthy. Okay, so it is 6:35 p.m. Central Time, y'all. So do y'all have any question about SEO? Because for the last week, we talked about what is SEO. We talked about the importance of it and the benefits. Then we talked about the difference between the on-page SEO and the off-page. Then what else we talked about? The keyword, what are the keyword and how to do the keyword research, about the relevancy and whatnot. And I shared with you some of the free tools that you can use on how to find these key phrases. We talked about how Google focuses on authority of your website, trustworthiness, expertise, user experience. That's what they look for. Then, of course, the on-page SEO. We haven't touched the off-page yet because I want to make sure that all of you understand what on-page is and how to optimize your website for the on-page SEO first, because this is a very common mistake that I would guarantee you 9 out of 10 of the websites out there don't even implement it. Okay, if you can take care of the easy part first, or the main part, right? Absolutely, Wazifa, the main part, then we can talk about how you need to focus on super awesome, valuable content that answers the question of your customers of what they're looking for. As long as your content is amazing and super valuable, it will do that natural link building for you anyway, right? And of course, your social media channels promotion, if you do things organically. Then there are some other techniques when it comes to offline. It's not just link building, because you do have to check what we call the toxic links. You got to make sure that there's no spam links pointing back at you. So there's a health security process even on the off-page SEO technique. We got to look at all the links. We can look at your competitor, why they're ranking, what kind of links they have, what kind of backlinks they have. Are these other websites that I can go and start putting my awesome content as well? How can I replicate the similar situation? How can I take the blog and turn it into an infographic so I can submit it to infographic sites or whatnot? You know what I mean? So we are definitely going to talk about pretty soon on the off-page SEO technique as well. But I want all of you at least fix the on-page, okay? This is very common. Fix the on-page search engine first so the search engine can understand what each page is about, and also your target audience can understand what is it about when they find it. Okay, so let me know if you all have any more questions. It is 6:37 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. If you believe some of your colleagues will benefit from this, go ahead and share this with your colleagues or invite them or tag them. I would really appreciate it. Okay, I would highly appreciate it. I'll be, as usual, doing live streaming every day, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. on anything about or within the subject of digital marketing, which consists of online ads, SEO, website, graphic design, web development, content marketing, and yada, yada, yada. Okay? Any more questions, everybody? Any more questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let's see. So Wazifa, let me know. I hope this was beneficial. If I was too fast, go back to the video, pause it, and walk through step by step. If I was too fast. Let's see if anybody's here. Yeah, I was having a tough time with streaming. But luckily I was able to test Switchboard, and I'm not going to use it, but I'm still with Restream. I have a StreamYard, and I'm using Ecom. My friend Saulo, he's using, I believe, Wirecast, Restream, and now he was telling me that Vimeo, the similar to YouTube channel, YouTube service like Vimeo.com, they even have a live streaming service now, which is amazing. So everyone's going for the live streaming. What's the other one? Caster live streaming. I want to test the Caster live streaming as well. Yeah, next time I'm gonna test Caster because I already tested Switchboard. I didn't like it. Okay, Wazifa, you said it was beneficial. Awesome. Yeah, just let me know when are you available so we can talk about it in detail. Before you work on any web project, really, the question that you need to ask, or for any business out there, if you have a website, how is the website helping you? Is the website bringing the qualified traffic that I need? If it doesn't, why? Okay. Now, if it does bring leads and they're not qualified, then the question will be why they're not qualified, right? So find out what is the main challenge that you're experiencing right now. We'll start from there, right? So we're going to focus on that first, then we're going to go down slowly to what it needs to be worked on, because some prospect usually come here and jump into the design. But when I ask them why you want to rechange the design, they have no clue, right? Tell me, like, why do you think this is not good? Oh, because I don't feel like it. Well, feeling, nobody cares about your feeling. We have to look at the data. If you don't have the data, then you have to install these applications like, Google Analytics and whatnot, to spend a week or a month and see what's happening, right? So based on those information, we can start and talk about, okay, where do you need to start, or what is the priority task that needs to be taken care of before getting into the aspect of design or optimization or whatnot, right? That's the most important thing, because a lot of time we don't spend enough effort to study or research our target audience and how they behave and what they do, so we can be visible for them. You know what I mean? How about very little calls? Okay, the calls is good. If you are getting calls, that's awesome. And the question is, do you want to get more calls, right? Let's say getting a phone call, it's how I make my business thriving, right? So my question to you, how many calls do you get without any marketing effort, right? Without any marketing effort, just because your website is existing right now, how many, and you saw that your website did come up on the first page for that primary keyword. I'm ranking for a few words, and that's how they are finding. Absolutely. And I do need to send you all the keywords that I was able to pull using SEMrush. You might want to look into it, because it will tell you how many searches per month and what's the percentage of traffic coming from those particular keywords and where it's going. So you can see exactly on which page it's going. Okay. Remind me to send you that. Now, the question, as you mentioned, you get some calls. My question to you, is that your primary call to action? Do you like getting calls and you're okay with it? Then how many calls do you want per month? So you don't have enough calls. So how many, if you don't mind, give me an average, your lowest. How many calls do you get per month? The lowest. Give me the lowest number. Okay. Then how many calls do you want? Because if your main objective of this website to get the calls, because the calls get you the leads, and with you talking to them get you the conversion, then that's the primary task and not the design for now. SEMrush has free 1 week trial. Excellent. Okay, cool. Put the domain there and pull all those data, the organic positioning. Okay, because remember, anything from 1 to 10, first page, 11 to 20, second page. So how many calls do you want? That's my first question. Okay. Right now, how many calls you are getting? Give me a number. And how many calls do you want? Because we need to figure out how can we increase that. Okay, so let's say 4 calls per month, maybe once a week. Is that 4 a week? Okay, let's just say 4 calls per month. Okay, 4 calls per month. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. In my private messages, in my DM, you can also tell me what's your lowest money-making offer. What I mean by that, what's the lowest money do you make and what's the highest? We need to know this information, because when we come with the marketing plan, we got to make sure that you're going to reach your goals. And at the same time, we have to look at our expenses, have to look at our estimate. Because if I'm going to give you a price that you cannot afford it because you're getting this much, we have to figure out how can we help you. Make sense? There's no point of charging you, $1 million, right? And you don't even have a penny, right? So in the private messages, let me know what's the lowest price and what's the highest price that you make. And if it's 4 a month, then how many calls do you want to make you even per month? Contact form is 3 a month. Okay, so 4 calls and 7 contact per month. Okay, that's good information. That's awesome. So how many calls do you want, and how many contact form do you want? Like, what is your goal that I want to achieve at least? Don't. It's good to think about big number. We all think about a big number. Even myself, I'm always thinking about getting these huge clients, right? But sometimes I gotta figure out how can I get at least the minimum that can keep me floating. Then of course also look at the big number too. Excuse me. Okay. So let me know, how many calls do you want? How many minimum calls do you want per month, and how many minimum contact you want per month, and what's the maximum in both cases? So minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum. Okay, give me those information. Let me know. So so I can run some analysis, think of ideas, share it with my team, and see how can we help you. How can we help you? Uh, you know, generate more money. Gotcha. Okay, we can talk later. No problem. Send me a DM message with your, I think, in an email. So just send me an email and let's plan. And I'm gonna make some plans to set up an appointment. I'm gonna call you back. Okay, then we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Anyone have any more question about SEO or on-page SEO or off-page? Tomorrow I'm gonna continue. We haven't finished yet talking about SEO. Believe it or not, we can talk about the voice search, the importance of the voice search, the importance of the mobile devices, the importance of targeted traffic, how to build quality links. Okay, what kind of tools that you need to utilize, and what kind of data that you need to collect from the Google Analytics and the Search Console. It is 6:46 p.m. Central Time. Any more questions? Come on, y'all. I know you all have questions. You gotta ask. Okay, just ask me anything. Any more questions? If you're nobody gonna ask, I'm gonna ask you guys. How y'all doing? How was your day? Y'all been very productive, I hope. Let me see if I can pull some cool stuff right here. Some cool stuff. Nobody's going to ask. Okay, y'all are genius. Let me see. I found this some statistics. Where did it go? Statistics for something very interesting. Statistics. Trying to look for this one link here. All right. Let's see. Global Web Index, April 2020. Let me share this with you guys. Since nobody's asking, let me share this with you guys. This is something that Mary Smith shared, it, I think, last week. Okay, the Global Web Index. GWI, Global Web Index. Research, April 2020. Media consumption and sport. All right. Let's look at some of the analytics of this situation right here. Generation Z, 16 to 23 years old. Y, 24 to 37. And X, 38 to 58. Yeah, baby boomers. Income based, lower is 32 and the highest is 85. Okay. So if you guys need a copy of this, just let me know. Or you can just go to Mary Smith's page and she posted this. But let me look and understand. I love data because I want to understand how the consumers are behaving. Charles Ramirez. What's the best way to market a web design website? Ta-da-da. Michelle. Yes, very productive. I have a 20-month-old monopolizing my time in mind. Excellent, Michelle. I know you are. Charles, what's the best way to market a web design website? That is a very excellent question, but it's too big in general. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of answers. So see if you can write it down. How to market it? You can do both ways. Both ways. Did I even mention the both ways? So here's the thing. First of all, I'm assuming you have the website, right? Number one. Number two, do you know who is your customer? Number three, well, that's the same thing. Do you know who's your customer? Do you know who is your clients? Who is your customer? Who's your target? Is it only attorneys? Is it everybody? Who's your audience? Right? Okay. Your audience, right? I have too many competitors. Of course, we all have, man. But my question is, not you. I mean, who are you targeting? Are you only focusing on attorneys, financials, consultants, medical, or just any small businesses, So the first thing is, yes, small businesses and therapists. Therapists. So you're targeting therapists. Let's just say therapists. Okay, good. That's your target audience, which means you understand what they need. You understand their businesses and whatnot. So that means everything is start from your website. How is your website built? What kind of message you're putting on the website for the therapist? Okay. Now you have two options, because for a website to generate income is for that site to have a qualified targeted traffic, right? So you can invest in ads, believe it or not, like Google AdWords, Bing advertising, and social media ads to attract those customers to hire you as a web designer or web developer. But of course, ads cost money, right? So that means you have to invest in it. The second option that doesn't cost money, but it will cost you time, unless if you don't hire somebody to do it for you. If you have somebody to do it for you, like social media strategist or manager or SEO expert, then again that's going to cost money. If you want to do it by yourself, okay, right now I would say do live streaming, right, and talk about how website for therapists should look like, how it should be built, the copy, the strategy, and whatnot. So you're using the education. So you can do live streaming talking about it. You can post content in your social. You can blog, okay, to talk about those tips and ideas on how the website should be designed. And you're going to target this audience. So that means if you put on Instagram or Instagram stories, you can use the hashtag like, for example, web design therapy or therapist web design for therapists. Why? Because therapists who are looking for web designer, they're going to probably search web design for therapists, for example. Now, how would you get that information? By running Google Keyword AdWords or any keyword tool to find out what kind of keywords my local businesses in San Antonio or anywhere searching for. What are they typing? Are they typing website design near me? Are they typing website design for therapists near me? So you have to get those information and start optimizing your content for that, right? So you do have to utilize the organic ways, but the thing with organic ways, it takes time. Since, as you know, our business is oversaturated, so it's going to take a lot of time. If you want to test, you can run Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is much cheaper than Google AdWords. And nowadays, the majority of the people spending, at home, they're actually spending more time on Facebook. That's why I was trying to look at these statistics, because this information will give you an idea. Okay, how are my audience are behaving online? So look at this one here. See this? Current internet activities. The COVID, that's the highest subject. You can see the age group and the percentage that they look for, almost above 60 to 70%. The second, okay, awesome. I'm going to definitely check it out, bro. Also construction. And okay, if you do for therapists and construction, you have to make it clear who you're addressing. Like right now, I'm in a position to build it for anybody, because initially back in 2002 to 2006, I used to basically help build a site for bloggers, believe it or not. Then after that, small businesses, and now I have clients from anywhere from medical to the city and so forth, and other advertising agencies. But I started in one niche, right? So because what happened when you start with the benefit of starting with one niche, because you 100% focus only in that niche. Makes sense? Once you get enough clients, then you can do construction, you can do other businesses too. But at the same time, you also have to take into consideration that some clients cannot afford your business, right? If there's a startup company, most of the startup probably not going to pay you to build a site, right? But if you go with attorneys have a lot of money. They can afford a couple of thousand one project. Construction companies, yes, they can, right? When it comes to medical, they have to see what kind of medical. Surgeons, they have good money. Medical doctors, they have good money. Some of the medical, they're struggling. Like some of the chiropractor cannot even afford a couple of thousand. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to know who is your audience, because the one that can afford you, okay? But if you look at the statistics, the second thing people do nowadays at home, they listen to music. Okay, and watch movies. And what I found out, like something to me that is important, like for example, reading or studying business, it's way, way low. See that? Like watching webinars, 11%. So even right now, I'm teaching this thing, and I wondered like what? Because before this situation, I used to get more viewers, and I thought I'm gonna get more right now, but it looks like everyone's busy either with the family, which is amazing and good, but they're also busy just watching movies and whatnot. Okay, this is expected, because the majority of people work and they don't have that concept of starting something on the side. But if you look at the number, it's very low, man. Like, I'm trying to stay off the internet, only 5%. Wow, that's good. That's good. Okay, so I love to look at data, because data explains to me the behavior of consumers online, and based on the behavior, I can come with a strategy to target them. So like right now, for example, in social media, look at some of the questions they ask. I'm reading more news stories, get in touch with the friends, listen to music again. So these sort of information will give an idea how can I market myself and what I'm going to be so they can see me. Okay. So if you guys need a copy of this, let me know. I'll send it to your DM so you can look at it. These sort of data will give you an idea. The media consumption changes. Look at that. Video games and podcasts. Still, podcast 13% right there. Not a lot. Okay. I would probably listen to more podcasts. I still listen to podcasts. I learn a lot from podcasts. I think people are watching this horrible news about COVID and getting... Oh yeah, absolutely. They get depressed all the time. I'm telling you. I'm not kidding. I get some message of people asking like, "Why are you still smiling?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Are you that miserable to ask me why I'm still smiling?" I'm breathing. That's why I'm smiling. And gotta be grateful for that, right? But it all comes down to so many things involved: the environment, the upbringing, the faith, the belief. A lot of things has a factor, that causes somebody like that, So if you guys need a copy, Mary Smith shared this. It's really, really good. I love this kind of stuff because it gives me not just an idea for myself, but also for my customers. I can tell my clients, look, this is what's happening right now. Look at here, look at this one. Media consumption on the intention after the outbreak. Look at that. Online videos, YouTube and TikTok, the highest one. So if you're a business, you want to get into the TikTok, now here's your chance. Almost 70%. Look at that. All right. Music streaming. That means you can run an ad in, music like SoundCloud or YouTube videos, book and literature online. Streaming films, broadcasts, video games, podcast here. We are currently consuming of the following and plan to continue. Okay, there you go. This is good actually. Look at that. Podcast, live stream. Look at that. Almost more than 50%. That means, hey, why don't you just live stream, right? Online press, radio. So this is good. In terms of what medium are busy, online videos, music stream like Spotify and SoundCloud. Then, of course, podcasts. I'm so happy that the podcast and live stream is still up more than 50%. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Wazifa. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know things happen. Like the thing is, listen, I'm very direct, right? So the thing is, life is uncertain. Things that you can control, why think about it too much? Things that you can control, spend time on that, right? For those people that are just sitting at home, you know what? Utilize those time to, quality time with your family and read some awesome stuff. Be productive. You can do a lot of workout online right now with your, fitness trainers. You can do it through Zoom. YouTube is also having a new hashtag called Stay Home hashtag with me. They have all these cooking videos. They have all these workout videos and whatnot. Makes sense? Or just come up with a new awesome idea to put it out there, right? This is just life. Life is uncertain. But dwelling on it is not going to help, right? Because what happens when you are in fear, when you are depressed, and unfortunately, I'm really concerned about people with mental disability. I really wonder what's happening to them. Nobody's talking about that. Right? Nobody's talking about the increase of abuse at home went up off the roof, even with children. You know what I mean? Those are very serious subjects, but nobody talks about it. Okay, but the thing is that sometimes even the fear can weaken your immune system. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but talk to any expert in immune system. They'll tell you that. Okay. Just trying to speak and stay positive and learn. Yes. Things you can control, do that. Things you can't control, don't think too much. Okay. So yeah, this is the good information. Look at Facebook, number 1. Look at that. Facebook and Facebook Messenger. So what does that mean, Charles? That means Facebook ad, live streaming, put the content out there because the majority looking at Facebook, then the list goes down. So this is very good. Zoom, of course, went up completely. So this is really, really good information. That's why I've been telling a lot of small businesses, start running ads on Facebook because to do things organically will take time. So run the ads to target the right audience. Okay? So let me know if anybody wants a copy of this. In fact, it's also on my post. If you go to my post. Excuse me. If you go to my post somewhere right here, I posted it a while back. You can see it. Let me go down. Go down. Let's see. There you go, right here. See, this was April 10. So there's two links, and if you click on more, Mary Smith got more organized information. This is two link. This is the one that I'm looking at it, and there's another one right here from Mediatic Ventures. So double check those two, okay? So you can come to this April 10 and look at the post. Okay? All right, folks. Thank you so much for being with me here tonight. I highly appreciate it. Stay well. Be positive, and that's all. Okay? I will definitely see you all tomorrow, same time at 6 p.m. Thank you so much, and don't forget to leave your questions below and let me know how can I help you. Bye-bye for now.